Hi beauties! I'm going to do a really quick daytime eyeshadow look for like a hooded eye. And so a hooded eye is basically an eye that, as you can see, the top portion of my eyelid looks really heavy and puffy compared to the lower portion, and so I'm just going to do a tutorial for that. And so I've already done my eyebrows and I've already applied my 3D Fiber Lash Mascara, and so now I'm going to go into the eyeshadow application. I'm using what colors am I using? I'm using Giddy, which is a matte shadow, and I'm also using Sexy and Gorgeous. And so I will use Giddy for my outer lid, and I'm going to use Sexy for highlight as well as the inner lid here, and then the Gorgeous will go across the main lid in the center. And so I'm using my liner and shader brush. I'm going to be using the shader end today, and I'm going to start with my Giddy. Like I said, Giddy is like an orangish matte color, and I was a little bit leery of this color at first, but once I used it and got used to it, I really like this color now. And so for my application, I've put the mineral pigment into the lid, and so I'm just gonna dip the brush in and then tap off the extra there, and then I'm going to come in with a patting motion just to lay the product down and apply it to my eye. And so I'm just going to start kind of over here, like right around the crease area, and again I'm just kind of patting that all over, bringing it over to the outer crease of the eye as well. And although the color looks like bright orange, it's a good option again to just kind of deflect that light from that area so that it doesn't look as heavy and as puffy. A lot of the eye makeup tutorials that you see on people that don't have hooded eyes, they will typically use a darker color in that crease area to really provide depth there. But with a hooded eyelid, if you go with a darker color, it's just going to draw more attention to. Okay, that was really weird. For some reason my camera just shut off completely. I was just saying that for hooded eyes, you don't want to come in with a darker color for a daytime look, because it's just going to draw more attention to the heaviness and the puffiness of that area. And that's why I go with this lighter eyeshadow in the Giddy. And so I've already started laying the product down. Again, I'm just coming over this crease area, and that's where we really want to get this good in there. And this is basically just going to serve as a transition color between the Gorgeous and the Sexy. And so you'll see in a second where we're going with this, but for now just trust me. And so I want to get this all covered over the top as well as the outer lid, and even into the inner lid a little bit. Okay, and so once we have that down as the basis for our shape, I'm just going to wipe my brush on this shine cloth to remove any excess product, and then I'm going to come into the Sexy, which is this really light shimmer. And again, I'm just gonna touch the brush into the product and tap off the extra. And so here, again with my patting motion, just gonna pat it right there along the eyebrow, and that's just going to highlight that area really nicely, give you a really nice subtle highlight. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. So we've got that placed in there really well. And now I'm going to take my Deluxe brush, which is a really dense full brush here, and I'm going to come in to blend that product. And so I'm going to start at the outer corner, and I'm just going to kind of roll it into my eye, and I'm just going to draw out the hard lines of that product. I don't want to use too much pressure, but we want the product to be visible, but we don't want any harsh lines. So we're always going to want to blend out those harsh lines. And now I'm going to come in with Gorgeous, which is again a neutral, I think it's a shimmer. Yeah, it looks shimmery to me. So we'll come in and take our Gorgeous again. We're just going to load it up on our brush, tap off any extra, and this is going to get placed right onto our lower lid. So this is going to end up being our prominent color, but we had to lay that transitional color down first just to give us like a foundation for the eyeshadow. And we're going to bring that all the way up to the top of our crease. And again, we'll do the same thing, the exact same thing on the other eye. So I've got the product on the brush and I'm just going to pat it into place to get it exactly where I want it. And I want it all over that lower lid up to the top of the crease. And so the crease, your hooded eye, is basically that huge wrinkle that goes across the top of your eye. And so once you have your product placed in there, you're going to come back with your deluxe brush, and with a really light stroke, you're just going to kind of brush it all over, kind of focusing on that crease, and that's going to get rid of any harsh lines, because again, you don't want any harsh lines with your makeup. You want it to be really well blended to give you like a really soft, almost artistic look. Okay? I'll just come right over to the inner corner of the eyes there. Okay. Just want to make sure we've got it even on both eyes. And even when you think you have it blended well, you can always come back and blend it more. You can never blend it too much. And if you blend too much and you feel like you've taken your product away, just add a little bit more. Okay, and so now I've got both sides blended and that's looking really good. And so what I'm going to do to, again, take the attention away from that heavy part of the eye is I'm going to come in with the shader brush in our Sexy, which is the color we used on the highlight. I'm just going to do like a really small dab and I'm going to really tap it off. I just want the smallest amount on my brush, and I'm just going to place it right in the inside of the lash, right in there. They call it the water line, I think, or the water, I don't know what they call it, but we're just going to place the brush right in there. And again, that's going to help to draw the tension away from the heavier parts of the eye. And if you want, you can clean it up a little bit with your deluxe brush. And so right now, if you want, you could be done, because we already have our brows set. We've got a nice shadow on and we have our mascara on, but we are never satisfied with just good enough. So to finish my look, I'm going to come in with eyeliner. I'm going to use the eyeliner pencil, because we also have a liquid liner if you prefer the liquid liner. I'm going to come in with the pencil in black, which is our perfect pencil, and I'm just going to add a little bit more definition on the lower and upper lids here. So I'm going to just come sweep around here on the bottom eye, and this is our, I'm going to get right up there above the lashes and get a really good coverage all along the lower lid. And we'll do the same thing on our other eye. I like these pencils because they go on really smooth, they're really soft, and they last all day, even through if you're rubbing your eyes or anything like that. It stays on. It's always nice when your makeup stays where you put it at the beginning of the day. Okay, so we've got our lower eyes done. I'm going to come in and do the same thing on the upper eyes. And I'm just basically going to kind of connect the connect the line on our lower lid, connect that to the line on the top. Start in the outer corner here. And actually, maybe I'll set this down. Okay. I'm going to stretch the eye out there and just go right along the very tip top line here. You want to stay as close as you can to basically the edge of your lid. Alright, and then we'll do the same thing on the other eye. I like to start the outer and we'll just come right over. Again, you want to stay as close as you can. And also bring that over to the inner corner of your eye. And you just do whatever is easiest for you. If it's easier for you to start the inner corner, start at the inner corner. Okay, and so we've got that all set. And we're just going to do a little smidge of cleanup there for any product that may have fallen onto your cheeks. And that is our daytime look for our eyes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, comment, and share. And if you have any questions or comments, you can place them below this video. And coming up next, I'm going to do highlighting and contouring. Thanks.